Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that might seem a bit dry at first glance, but trust me, it's incredibly fascinating and relevant. So, buckle up as we explore why Congress is pushing to repeal a Cold War-era law decades after the Soviet Union collapsed. First things first, let's talk about the law in question. It's called the Authorization for Use of Military Force, or AUMF. This law, first approved in 1957 by the Eisenhower administration, was designed to defend allies from Soviet aggression in the Middle East. Now, here's the catch. It's been decades since the Soviet Union fell, and this AUMF has never been invoked. Yet, it remains the longest active AUMF in US history. So, why the sudden push to repeal it? Well, as Senator Mike Lee, who's leading the effort, says, outdated congressional authorizations for military action should not sit on the books forever as a blank check. In other words, this AUMF is no longer necessary, and it's time to clean up the slate. But it's not just about the Middle East. The AUMF, known as the Middle East Force Resolution, gives the president the authority to send US troops to the region without needing to declare war. And that's where things get interesting. You see, while Congress has the authority to declare war, AUMFs grant permission to use military force by narrowly defining who can be targeted and where. This means that even if a conflict ends, the AUMF can remain in effect, allowing the sitting president to bypass Congress and potentially justify new conflicts. And that's a big deal. As Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat Virginia, points out, the 1957 AUMF, which has never been invoked, serves no purpose and runs the risk of potential misuse. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing. The AUMF doesn't expire when the conflict ends. Instead, it remains in effect, causing some AUMFs to linger for decades longer than the original military mission. And that's why some lawmakers argue that they must step in to ensure obsolete AUMFs aren't used to justify new conflicts. It's a delicate balance between maintaining national security and upholding constitutional responsibilities. So, what does this mean for the future of US military action? Well, personally, I think it highlights the importance of reevaluating and updating our military authorizations. It's a reminder that the world is constantly changing, and our laws need to reflect that. What makes this really interesting is the tension between maintaining a strong military presence and respecting the checks and balances of our democratic system. In my opinion, this repeal effort is a step towards a more transparent and accountable approach to foreign policy. But here's the thing, it's not just about the Middle East. The AUMF's broad authority could potentially be used in other regions, raising questions about the scope of US military action. This raises a deeper question. How do we strike a balance between national security and the principles of democracy and constitutionalism? If you take a step back and think about it, this repeal effort is a reminder that our laws are living documents that need to be reviewed and updated regularly. It's a complex issue, and it's one that deserves our attention and thoughtful consideration. So, what do you think? Is it time to repeal this Cold War-era law? Do you think it's necessary to reevaluate our military authorizations? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.